Thank you for giving me this opportunity to make my presentation for this sixth international ASSAM Islamic Union Congress that I used to participate physically, and this is the second year that we are making it by Zoom, and we are very glad to be a part of this project, and inshallah we hope next year will be the last year, 2023, and we wish to have a good result, and we wish to realize and achieve the goal of ASRICA. So my topic, as you know, is going to talk about security in Niger and the cooperation of Niger with Turkey. So let me talk first of all about security in general issue. Most of Africa, let's say Asia and African countries, so there are those countries are suffering for lack of security and insecurity. In this world now, even in international scale, in conferences, in news, when you are following up, when you hear the problem of security issue, directly people think about Middle East, like Arab countries, and also Africa, especially African countries, those who live sub-Saharan African countries. Also, you can find those small security problem in North African countries. And mostly, this is, I'm underlining this sentence, those countries are mostly Islamic countries. Not Islamic, but majority, the population of those countries are majority Muslims. So in summary, I can say the security problem now or nowadays is touching almost Islamic community. That's why we have to continue discussing, we have to continue researching, we have to continue making policy to solve this problem together for the humanity and for Islamic or Muslim community. So going to Africa, like in Africa, most of touched countries in terms of insecurity or security problem is the Sahel. I don't know if you know the word Sahel. It means the countries, those who are south part of the desert of Sahara. So when you look at Algeria, so the countries, those who are south of Algeria, Libya, Morocco, Egypt, Sudan, and others. So this Sahel region, the lack of security or the security problem started since 2011. So from 2011, after the Libyan former leader, Muammar Gaddafi, after his death, so a lot of problem of security started, especially in Sahel countries such as Chad, such as Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, also Mauritania. Also, you can include Nigeria, one of also English-speaking country. So our government are making efforts, mixed cooperation, multilateral cooperation to fight against this problem of security. That's why they decided to create a regional organization which we call the G5 Sahel. G5 Sahel, which was or which is organization include the 5 sub-Saharan African countries: Chad, Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Mauritania, to come together to combat terrorism in the Sahel. Niger is also founding member and also active member of G5 Sahel. And last year, in my previous presentation, I talked by details about G5 Sahel. So Niger, as you know, is a black country. Like a country which does not have access to the ocean. So we are one of ECOWAS, West African countries, West African states, which include 15 countries, 15 members. So Niger is one of West African countries, and Niger is the largest country in West Africa, which ranked Niger to the sixth biggest country in terms of land, in terms of area in Africa, after Algeria, Democratic Republic of Congo, Sudan, Libya, Chad, then Niger in Africa. And from the north to the south, we have, in terms of climate or in terms of repartition, we have desert in the northern part of Niger, and we have Niger River throughout the south. And we share a long border with Algeria as neighbor. We share also Libya as neighbor. That's why when I was talking about the Libyan issue since 2011, the time that security problems started in sub-Saharan African countries. So after the death of Libyan Libyan revolutionary leaders, Muammar Gaddafi, so people start transporting arms, start transporting guns toward sub-Saharan African countries without any control, because it's desert and the lands are very big lands. It's very difficult to to control, especially the Niger part. Like when you look at our neighbor Algeria, Algeria is really working or works about border. Like we don't have any problem with the Algerian border. We don't have any security problem with the Algerian border, because really they have high technology, they have military, they have enough budget of defense and security in order to take care of their border. But when we go to Libyan border to Niger, that from that place we have a lot of problem. Also, when we go to the eastern part, there's Chad also. Chad also a country who is sharing border with Libya. So from those parts, from that side, that start the problem of security until the southern part through Nigeria in the south of Niger, that started the problem of Boko Haram also, which took the origin from Nigeria. Nigeria also is our neighbor. We share the longest border with Nigeria. That's why when you go to the eastern part, nearby Chad Lake, we could find those security problem from 2011 into 2015 or 2018. So Niger become a major migrant transit. As you know, Niger, as I say, is located in the center of Africa. So when you look at the history, Niger was the carrefour of trans-Saharan trade. Almost people from coast lines, when they are going to go to the Mediterranean, they have to cross toward Niger, to Zender region, to Agadez region, to cross Algeria in order to go to Europe. When you look at the history, that's why Niger is a transit hub due to an array of structural factors. So this is due of its geographical location and porous border with Libya and regional economy revolving around migrants transportation. So this also is when you look at the situation of security in Niger, this migrant transit and migrant transportation who are crossing to Niger is also one of the things that make security issue in internal politics of Niger, because it is the transit way. When you look at the Mali part is very complicated for people. Chad also is very complicated for people to cross to go to Europe or to go to the Mediterranean. Niger is the only place which is a little bit safe, and people try to go through Algeria or through to Libya. And almost people from all around African countries, sub-Saharan African countries, they try always to cross Niger throughout to go to reach their objective to go to Europe. And the most of them, when they are blocked in Niger or they are blocked in the border of Libya or Algeria, when they found, because they can stay without any job, when they found like a robbery or taking gun, they can easily be converted in what we say terrorist group, that they can stop people, they can stop people who are traveling to take their goods, or to kill them even, to take their cars or the goods. This is also an issue when we categorize we have what we call the group of terrorist group from Mali, from Libya, those who have link with ISIS in Middle East. We have also Boko Haram in the southern part. We have also this small group of people, those who doesn't have, or those who don't have a job. They try to go to Libya, or they try to go to Algeria. They try to go to Europe. They start taking gun and making trouble in the community. So the Sahel region is a diverse region that is becoming increasingly important for regional and global security. Not only regional, so I say global security, because every superpower almost they have their interest on Sahel security, because Europe also include European Union. They include their policy, the security policy. Why European Union are intervening in Sahel? Because almost most of people, those who are transiting, those who are migrating from the Africa to go to Europe, crossing the Mediterranean, they cross to the Sahel. That's why European Union, they have also politics about Sahel. So moreover, dynamics such as a poor governance of our country, a fragile agricultural sector, the absence of democratic transition, lack of jobs have made it a new frontier for the terrorist group. Indeed, they try to manipulate and exploit the underlying tensions of region. So in this politics, Niger as an independent country, Niger as sovereign countries, try to improve its security or her security and defense situation and cooperation. Before, Niger had to buy like defense industry. Niger had to make cooperation with France, our former colony, or United States of America, or another Western country. But nowadays, in this politics, again, the insecurity, the Niger government improved its military cooperation with Turkey, for example, by signing several agreements on defense and security. This was 3 months ago. I was with the president of the Republic of Niger. He went to Turkey and he bought some defense material from Turkey. So Niger received last month six drones. Niger received from Turkey six drone from Turkey. As you know, Turkish people knows, 6 Bayraktar TB2 were delivered to Niamey airport, and we have some militaries in Ankara. Currently, we have about 30 military students, those who are taking courses in terms of maintenance and flight and aviation issue. So this is the first part of armed contract signed between Niger and Turkey in November 2021, which is also provides for the purchase for Niger light aircraft and armed vehicle. So, which this purchase the country air capacity have gone up much. And Niamey, the capital of Niger, is taking the opportunity to diversify these partners in the defense sector. So the President of the Republic of Niger by himself was talking about this. So now we are in 21st century. We are no longer in the colonization era. We have to improve our cooperation with other countries. So in terms of security, Niger with Turkey, we have a lot of agreement in terms of security, and in terms of scholarship. We have a lot of students, those who are currently in Turkey, also in what we call police academy in Ankara. They are taking also courses in terms of security. So this is briefly my presentation about security problem in Sahel, security problem in Niger, and what Niger Republic is doing, what Niger does to improve its partners throughout the world to fight against insecurity, to fight against terrorism, the partnership of Niger with Turkey, and we are wishing to be improved in the near future, because we bought, for example, from Turkey 6 Bayraktar TB2. We are planning also to buy some tanks and guns from Turkey, and also drones, 2 of drones, in order to control our borders. Because when I was talking about technology, for example, Algeria has good technology of controlling the borders. So Niger also, we are taking this example, and we are cooperating with Turkey to buy some drones in order to control our borders to combat terrorism. So briefly, that's all in 1 or 2 paragraphs that my presentation I have to say. I don't know if you have some comments, if you have questions, so I'm ready to respond. Thank you for the attention.
Sayın El Amani, çok teşekkür ederiz. Çok açıklayıcı, çok güzel bir sunum.
Thank you very much. This has been an enlightening presentation. You gave us the opportunity to look at the relationship and cooperation between Turkey and Niger, and you gave us information about the role and importance of Niger in the region. Our Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Çavuşoğlu, visited Niger a few years back, and an international agreement was signed in a variety of fields. And with this agreement, we see that Turkey wanted to take place in Niger's developmental action plan. Of course, we mentioned Nigeria, Libya, other countries, and we know that the conflicts and terrorism activities in these countries also influence Niger's security. So this is what I would like to add. And as you know, Niger is actually a field of interest for me. Of course, I'm not an expert as much as you are. What do you think is the impact of people being against France? So what kind of a security impact does this have in Niger? Because France was a colonial country, so as you know, there is a huge protest of the public against France. So what kind of an implication does this have?
This brilliant question that always we receive in this question from youth, from a lot of people from other countries. Yes, we have now my previous presentation and my previous article for last year, I mentioned about foreign military bases in Niger, not only France. We have France, we have America, we have Germany, we have also Italy. Those who are actually currently in Niger, they say they are helping Niger in terms of security in combating terrorism. When you follow the news, last 2 months or 3 months ago, like French military are like Mali, the government of Mali, our neighbor country, they cut like the military cooperation with France because Mali current government or Malian current transition government, they made an analyze that since 2012 until nowadays, or 2012 until 2022, 10 years ago, like that France military are here in Mali or they are in Sahel, but still the problem of security persistent. Still there is problem of security in this region. That's why they say so. In 10 years, if France doesn't have a chance or a possibility to fight against terrorism, to help us against a terrorist group, so we don't have any choice to make end of this cooperation of Barkhane. So from Mali, the France military they come to Niger. In Niger also it's the same case. Since 2013 or 2012 when they started, so until now, especially in the western part of Niger in Tilaberi region, we have several problems. Especially there is the place that we call it three border region, the border of Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali. We have a really serious problem of security, and now people they are not allowed even to travel by car or by bus because of problem. And there are foreign military bases in this zone, America, France, Italy, Germany, and until now there is this problem. The problem is continuing. 2 days ago, the France President Emmanuel Macron, during a speech, he said officially we are we are going to end Balkan operation in Sahel. So if he's talking about Sahel, now in Mali, there is no Barkhane. Barkhane now, the biggest military basis is in Niger. So we hope if there is no good result, in my opinion, if there is no good result in fighting against terrorism, so we can do also like Mali. So we can say, okay, thank you, France, as 10 years ago, you are not successful to fight against terrorism. So just leave us or leave us your technology, or as we did with Turkey. Now we are taking technology from Turkey in order to fight against terrorism, in order also to control our borders. So that's what the cooperation that we need. In my opinion, the military cooperation or Barkhane operation in Sahel and in Niger, there is no, until now, there is no good result. If you ask my opinion, so I will recommend, I will request our government to do like Mali did, to make end of this operation. That's my opinion about the issue. Thank you.
Peki. Ben çok